So, welcome, and thank you so much for tuning in with us this evening, Jenny. It's really very much appreciated. We know that you're incredibly busy running your business as well as being a peak performance athlete and a very highly valued member of the Isagenix network too. So 3 full-time things, and I'm sure other things besides, right?
Yes.
So so why don't you tell us a little bit about you? Obviously, I've had the great honour and pleasure of your company a couple of times in the past, but for those of you, those out there that haven't, could you introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about yourself, just in a general personal way?
For sure. I've been in the fitness industry for over 20 years now. I've owned my own gym for 17. I managed a gym before then. Been competing as a pro athlete since 2007. It's been 17 years of competing. I'm currently getting ready for my 28th show in 3.5 weeks in Toronto. So I'm a little bit tired right now. I'm working out 3 hours a day.
Wow.
I'm really grateful for actually the Isagenix products because I've been really sick these last couple months. And I think without this good nutrition, I probably would have been a lot sicker.
Okay.
My gym's big. It's 18,000 square feet. I have 12 personal trainers, 15 staff. So I have a big facility that I run as well on top of doing Isagenix. It's really hard to find a really good company nutrition-wise. So I was very happy to be introduced to this company because it's perfect for what I do and for what I teach my clients. It was a perfect fit for me.
So you're a gym owner with 12 personal trainers built right in. How is it that you integrate the Isagenix business into that existing traditional business?
Well, we're always everyone comes to us to help with nutrition anyways. Lots of times we send people to nutrition stores to buy supplements. So I actually have most of my personal trainers signed up underneath me. So I teach them how to do the business as well. They're buying supplements, so people might as well buy the products off them. So now they're getting, a residual income off of their customers as well as the personal training hours. And for a personal trainer, the more success you have with your clients, the longer they stay with you. So since 70% of it's nutrition, it really doesn't matter what we do to them in the gym. If they're not eating properly, they're just not going to get the results they want. So it works really perfect hand in hand.
All right. So it really makes that much of a difference then, the correct nutrition.
It does, yeah.
And would you say that's for the same for a regular Joe like me that's a bit tubby?
Yes, it's for everybody. It's 70%. Whether you just want to get healthy or lose weight or gain muscle or just have more energy, everyone should eat 5 or 6 times a day.
Yeah, okay. And then it's all about those nutrition levels along with that. Because, I could quite happily have 6 lots of chicken wings a day. That's probably not going to do very, very much good, is it?
Yes. 6 good meals a day.
So you mentioned there about all the shows that you've done over the years and how you're a peak performance athlete. Could you tell us more about the sort of bells and whistles and titles that go with that? Obviously, like I say, having met you in the past, I understand it a little myself. But could you just explain that part of the world that you're competing at that highest level in?
Yeah, I'm an IFBB pro, so I won the Canadian Nationals in 2007. I won the overall title. So I've been a pro athlete since then. You have to win, the highest, your national level shows, whether you're in the States or in the UK, you have to win the overall to get that pro card status. It's not an easy thing to attain, so I'm very proud of that card, especially in Canada. When I got my pro card, there was only 30 women at the time that had it.
Wow.
So it has grown since then. I got my pro card in figure, so it was more high heels and pretty suits. Okay. So now I switched over to physique, so it's a little bit more like bodybuilding, which I prefer. Get to show off a little bit more.
Yeah. And then does that mean you can leave the high heels at home, or is it still part of the equation?
No, I leave the shoes at home.
Oh, cool. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Just the pretty suits.
We've covered then the physical as well as the nutrition. Could you tell me a little bit, not only in terms of your training for your shows, but also obviously here for your Isagenix business too, how much would you say that the mental attitude and the personal development comes into the equation?
For competing or business or everything?
Yeah, let's start with competing, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. I would say it's mostly mental because it's so physically draining.
Yeah.
My nutrition is perfect. Like I can't cheat on nothing. I mean, when I get 5 ounces of chicken and a cup of green beans, that's all I get.
Yeah.
I get down to about 7% body fat, so it
Wow.
has to be strict over time. So you have to be tough mentally to be able to put yourself through that, and stick to it. When you're tired, some days I don't feel like getting up at 4 in the morning to do my cardio, but
Yeah.
I want to do well on stage, so I get up.
I bet, yeah. And then how about in your Isagenix business? Is there any personal development material that you would recommend to other people? Is there perhaps anything that helped you when you first got started?
Well, I like to read books. I mean, I do listen to audios and read books. 3 Feet from Gold was always my favorite.
All right.
Just never give up. Just always, just keep going because you never know what's going to happen around the corner.
Yeah.
I do like network marketing. I like the fact that I can make a residual income and I don't have to be a personal trainer or a gym owner forever. It gives me an extra option. I love to travel, so it's a great way for me to incorporate my travel with business and write it off.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun when you came over to the UK, didn't we?
Yes, I had lots of fun.
I think you enjoyed having me as your personal tour guide, didn't you, Jenny?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Even though I made half of the things up.
It's okay. I didn't know. It's all good.
So, if just moving back onto the products very quickly, if there was one product for the average guy or girl out there, I mean, you've got to bear in mind, for the most, and obviously I'm not trying to cause any offence to anyone that's listening, but for the most part, we're not in great shape like you. We're not educated. We're not knowledgeable. We don't have that gym as well as nutrition and competing experience. So for the average guy or girl, let's say me, I'm looking forward to getting those products come the 15th of May. We're very excited to get that first set. Is there one product that you wouldn't be without, or one that you consider would make the difference for an average guy like me?
The isolene shake. It's the perfect meal in a shake. Most people don't either eat enough, or they skip meals, or they grab something fast. The shake is fast and it's good. I would say that's the number one thing.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. Thank you. So, obviously, like I've just said, we're really excited for the launch of Isagenix here in the UK in just 12 days' time now. I mean, I can't believe when I first got involved and when we first met each other out there in Arizona, it seemed like a lifetime away. But nonetheless, 12 days. So, given that we're only going to get these 12 days once, as well, with the launch of these amazing products and this amazing company, is there any advice you could get for people, or give to people, should I say, that on how they might use the time the best way, given that they're not going to get it again?
I would just talk to everybody. The products work. The kits work. People get results. It's gonna go explode for you guys. I'm really excited for you. But I would just tell everybody, because it's a good. I wouldn't put my name behind something that wasn't good. And the fact they have 40 scientists on staff, and the science and the background that goes behind each product is you can't go wrong with it. You just can't.
Yeah. So speak to everyone.
It does.
It's the number one tip. Yeah. And that's people and perhaps even new contacts too, right?
Yeah, speak to everyone, because everybody either need to be healthy or lose weight. Everybody, it goes for every regime that everyone wants. Yeah, and it works for everybody.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. And then once we've got those products, is there a course of action? Is there a few points that you could give us? So if you can remember back to when you first consumed the Isagenix products on your own personal journey, is there a couple of tips on what people might do, literally from that moment that the package drops through the door, or the mail guy drops it off at the front door, or whatever it is? Is there a couple of things, that people don't want to miss, a couple of tricks that are easy to miss but actually make the difference?
I think people should really start their own transformations. Make sure you take your before pictures, take your inches, like document your first 30 days. Your own health goals are going to be what helps you promote. Yeah. I mean, I have ladies that my first 30 days, I signed up 15 people. We got together 3 times a week and worked out, and just was a support group. But the smallest weight loss was 10 pounds and the biggest was 22 pounds. So, I mean, after that, I had 15 people that were excited that we're talking about it. So just make sure that you work on your own transformation as well.
Right, so that's really coming together, Jenny. You're making it really clear. So obviously you speak to everyone, you speak to your friends, your family, the people you have that bond, that trust, that unity with already. There's that rapport that's established already. And then when the products are all delivered, which obviously they're all going to come either on the same or very similar days, and pull everyone together into your front room or down the local pub is probably a more British approach to things. Only sodas allowed, diet sodas.
Yeah.
And then it's all about sharing those products, getting familiar with what you do, where and when, and then sharing the journey as you progress as you go along, right?
Yeah, and the products taste good. So I do tasting parties, and I go to people's homes and houses and stuff. And once they taste the product, it sells itself as well. So I think it's important to share that way too.
Yeah.
People are scared. They think the protein shake's not going to taste good, but it does.
Well, I remember, I took my first, consumed my first protein shake when I was actually 14 years old, which maybe was a little young, really, in retrospect, but maybe not, I don't know. But I have to say, it tasted absolutely awful. But it was very much on the premise that what tastes bad does good.
Yeah.
But it's very...
Shakes have come a long way in the last 20 years, for sure. But people like you have tried them when they were younger, and they don't want to try it again because they think it's not good.
Are you saying I'm 34, Jenny? Are you trying to age me?
29.
I'm only teasing. I only wish I was 34.
Me too.
So we can see there proudly emblazoned on your chest the Team Isagenix logo.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that, perhaps?
I was fortunate enough to become one of their athletes. We don't get sponsored or we do get some free stuff, clothing and supplements and stuff, but I get to use that as a platform to talk to other athletes as well. It's just a good way to promote ourselves. Everyone wants to be sponsored by a company. I was sponsored with another company for 8 years. I got $150 worth of free product a month, and I had to do trade shows, and I had to push this product, and I didn't make any money from it. So I tried to explain to athletes the benefit of residual income and why it's important to become part of Team Isagenix.
Yeah. Okay, that's brilliant. And then are there a couple of people that perhaps we've heard of, or like medal winners or champions, that kind of thing, that we could use to refer other people into?
That are in the company as well?
Yeah, like fellow Team Isagenix members.
Oh, well, Matt Lair, of course, is another one. We've got quite a few on our team. Marcus, I've got lots of personal trainers. Lynn Gordon's husband, he just got a job in China. He's going to be coaching a football team in China. So we've got some great athletes on this team.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot actually about, not forgot, but I misplaced him in my memory, is of course Mark Colburn. I don't think you had a chance to meet him. Or did you get a chance to meet him when you were in London or not? No. Okay.
Yes, I did.
So he's a Paralympic gold medal winner, isn't he, from the 2012 Olympics with the cycling? Yeah,
he's amazing.
So great people coming on board. I mean, he's got an incredible, amazing story, hasn't he? Considering he shouldn't even be walking around.
Yes, for sure.
To be a gold medal winner is quite a thing. So maybe find out a little bit more and maybe ask him along to a future event.
Mm-hmm.
So great. I've just got one final question for you, Jenny. I'm really conscious, obviously, you've got so much to do and we don't want to distract you from your preparation, which I know is months and months in the making. I just have one final question, and then perhaps after that I'll unmute everyone or give everyone the ability to unmute themselves, ask any questions you might have. And I suppose it's a small one but a big one at the same time. And that is that if there was one tip, or maybe even two or three, if I can be greedy, but one will do. If there was one tip you could give people on how to gather customers, because that's very much the phase we're in at the moment now until the 15th of May, how is it that you gather new customers?
Well, I use social media a lot.
Okay.
For one of the pointers. But yeah, it's 80%. They have an 80% attention rate with this company. So to get a person on the product, the 80% chance they're going to stay on it. And there's so many. You guys are starting off with a small group of products, but once you guys get more and more, like we have 70, so There's always something that people are buying every month. It's like like shopping cart online. So I do tell people it's like buying their groceries. They will save money on their grocery bill doing this product. So that's another thing I like to share. They will save money.
Just out of interest, I don't know if you'll have the answer. It's fine if not. But someone who was ordering a 30-day system, whether that be a performance-related one or a weight management, and typically, what would they save on the grocery bill over that month?
Well, I break it down to the kit itself is around $10 a day. So that's 2 of their shakes, it's their vitamins, their ionics. So depending on which kit. But here in Canada, to run to McDonald's for one meal is $10.
Oh,
so I try to break it down that way. So if they have 2 shakes and their vitamins for $10, they're saving quite a bit right there. Yeah. So they just have to have 2 shakes, their 2 snacks, and then a proper supper. Mm-hmm. So they could keep their grocery bills under $20 a day if they're cooking at home.
Yeah, okay. And I've just thought of one more question, if I can be so cheeky as to ask it you. And that is that I asked the same question of Matt yesterday. I was just interested in your answer too, being a professional athlete as you are, is that a lot of people are approaching gyms, they're approaching athletes, celebrities such as yourself, they're approaching people that are in peak physical condition when perhaps they are not themselves in that condition. Nonetheless, it makes sense to some degree to approach those kinds of people because, of course, they're consuming that type of product already. They are aware of the nutritional benefits, and should they give it a chance, would see that obviously we offer a superior product at a very reasonable price point. Is there any advice you could give people on approaching people like that might make them either listen in the first place or appreciate the true value of what it is we have to offer?
Well, I think the fact that we have those reports and stuff that they brought out in January to share, I think the big thing is don't come off too pushy. Like I own a gym and people used to come in all the time trying to get me to use their products, and I automatically would just say no.
Yeah.
But to have a good rapport with the person too helps. If you know them a little bit, and just say that you'll get them on the phone with me or Matt, or use one of the athletes that we already have on the team to talk to them. I said the fact that we use 3-way calls all the time or Zooms, it's a huge help.
Yeah.
It's really hard for the average person to walk into a gym and try to promote. So I think that you do need to have some sort of rapport already a little bit.
Oh, okay, well that's really interesting. You should say that, because it's exactly what Matt said.
Really?
He said to contact the people, by all means contact people like that, peak performance athletes, etc., but only the ones that you know already. He also said that can be pretty shut off because they're approached so often. Yeah. And also said about using the 3-way system. So I think you ticked all 3 boxes there. Perfect answer, Jenny. Your check's in the post.
Good.
Okay, well that's been a real pleasure. I'm now going to unmute, but then just bear with me 1 second. Tick this box. Still getting used to this technology. So people now have the got your juice. So sorry. Okay, we've got you back now, so that's good. So should anyone wish to ask a question, now is the time. You can either place it there in the chat group at the bottom of the room, or you can alternatively unmute your microphone and ask any questions. So let's not forget that Jenny obviously is an Isagenix, Team Isagenix superstar, as well as a peak performance athlete, as well as a business owner. I'm sure that between those 3 things, there must be at least one question or 2. I know that I was very frantically... Oh, here we go. Here's someone. No, someone's just unmuted themselves. Mags, what are you doing?
I'm just deciding whether to type or chat. Hang on.
Well, come on then.
It's probably easier just to talk if you can hear me.
You're here now, so off you go.
All right. So I've got a couple of friends who run, I don't know if you have something similar in Canada, but they're kind of like gyms just for women. And it's like small circuit training type things for weight loss and health. And they are tend to be not particularly athletic, not particularly challenging, but they are, I suppose, they're probably prime sites to speak to people about good nutrition. But they're, like you say, people are very closed off because they get approached all the time. I just wondered if there was one key piece of information that I could share with people that I do have relationships with that would make the difference.
Well, for places like that, I would talk to them about starting 30-day challenges. So that's what I did. I would set up little 30-day challenges, because then that helps them get their people signed up. And it's only 30 days. People will try it for 30 days. Like I said, I gave away 3 classes a week, and I would train. I had 15, so they all showed up for 3 times. So they're getting money on the back end of it as well. So that's what I would talk to them about, the residual income and just doing 30 days and go from there. Because now my 30 days we're going into 8 months, and these people are still buying and still losing weight. So that's how I would approach a smaller, like it's like a class gym type place, like a studio.
Yeah.
Are you talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how.
Yeah, it's a studio. I mean, they are about 200 members. It's a membership thing. And they come in for like half-hour sessions a day. It's a women-only gym, and it's something that, you know, is quite popular with especially older ladies, where perhaps a normal gym setting is quite intimidating. So, you know, it's something that I've been speaking to a couple of the owners about, and they are interested, but they've got quite a number of products already available, but it's like a massive variety of mishmash as far as I can see. So there's no real one system or program in place. So whilst I can see the benefits to them of having one clear program and, you know, something like our 30-day system to run with, it would be, I think, once I understand a bit more about how the Ice the Body Challenge, etc., all works, I think that's something that would slot quite nicely into what they do with their clients.
I have a supplement store as well, so I still carry supplements. The biggest thing is when I talk to gym owners is there's no overhead.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They have a lot of stock of various other things in, and I could see where no overheads would be something that would be a positive for them.
Yeah, definitely. And I sell the bars, and I don't think you guys are getting bars yet, are you?
Not yet, no.
Yeah. So
the chocolate, we're getting chocolate, and we're getting the protein little tablet things.
Right. So once that kind of stuff comes in, like I do sell it, and I sell it for retail. So I sell the bars for $5 each. So they come in, they try all 8 flavors, and then they go home and order the ones they like. So so I do carry a little bit of stock, but because gym overheads are expensive. The last thing you want is another $5,000 worth of product sitting on your shelf. So that's a huge benefit to tell them, for sure. Yeah,
and things like I don't know whether we're getting the retail pack that you can have in gyms of the Eshots.
Yeah, I sell Eshots.
Yeah, that would be something that quite attractive for them as well, because that would be something I would see that they would sell a lot of. And the Hydrate, well, I don't know what it's called in Canada, but it's Hydrate here at Amped. The electrolytes.
So you can sell, they come in the single packs too.
Yeah.
So I sell those at the gym. Anything I can order singly in single packs, I do sell. And they love it. And then I sell it retail. So then I explain to them, if you went home and you signed up, you would get 30% off, you would save. So it's been really beneficial.
Great. That gives me something to go out with them.
Yeah, and my promoters too that are signed up underneath me, they can send people in to try the different ones. So, and it brings more people in too. Like I've got promoters I didn't even know from town that signed up, and now they're coming to the gym and they're bringing their friends, and so it's helped member-wise.
Yeah, sure. And it would help with retention as well, because obviously if the results are coming through both from the exercise and from the good nutrition, word spreads.
Yeah, and you're not going to quit the gym. But if you
don't exactly.
Weight, you're going to quit the gym.
Quit, yeah.
It's hard. Definitely.
Thanks so much. That's really helpful.
But I can help you if you ever want a 3-way with them. I'll help you.
That would be really good. I'll hopefully while we're seeing, I believe we're seeing them with Laurie Petrelli when she's over. So it might be worth setting up something up with them with regards speaking to you as well on a more nutrition and gym front rather than just business.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that for you.
Great, thank you so much.
Great question, Max. Thank you. So we've had another question come in from Trish. That's asked some great questions last night. Doing so again tonight, and she'd like to know how is it? What do you say? Sorry, to people that are skeptical about the products and maybe even the opportunity too.
I try to explain it the best I can, but I mean, if somebody's going to be negative about it, they're going to be negative. It's really hard to change somebody's mindset, because they say it takes 3 to 7 times for people to see a product or a company before they'll actually, engage in learning more. So I think just doing little bits, I just wouldn't waste too much time on one person. If they say no at the start, just come back to them later on and bring it up again. But I think explain it the best you can. But I mean, like I said, if a person's going to be negative, they're going to be negative.
Yeah. So it's a case of inform, not persuade, right? So you provide them with the information to make an educated choice, and then should they decide to still remain ignorant, that's absolutely fine, but not your problem, and you need to move on maybe to someone else that might be inclined to listen. Is that right?
We get lots of no's. I mean, that's just normal in this business. But I mean, we've got the scientific background, so lots of companies don't have that.
Yeah.
So we can prove how good the products are. So that's a good thing about Isagenix.
Brilliant. Okay. So has anyone else got any questions? I'll just make sure just before we finish off. We've been on for about half an hour now. So I'm really taking it's eating up into your personal time, your short break that you've got, Jenny. We're so incredibly grateful for you spending that time with us, for choosing to come along and share your information, a little bit about yourself, as well as, all the top tips to success that you've also shared with us.
It's been my pleasure. I'm always happy to help.
Okay, so on that note then, we'll let you go. And it looks like your dog needs to walk. We'll let her out into the backyard or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much. And,
thank you.
I'm really, really honoured and privileged that you've spent that time with us today. There's lots of messages coming through now, thanking you and saying the same. I'll be sure to, when I get round to, or get a decent enough internet connection to upload this into the group, I'll be sure to tag you in, and I'm sure you'll see just how grateful we all are. We're quite a shy and conservative bunch here in the UK, but once you get to know us, you can't shut us up, as you've learned already from your short amount of time with me, right, Jenny?
That's right. I'm the shy and conservative one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 2 of us. We'll get a few beers down as next time we meet, and we'll have a great old time. I mean, a few shakes down as, sorry. The next time we meet, we'll have a great time.
Yes, for sure. Oops. Well, thank you, guys, and I'll talk to you all soon.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thanks.